First you get the money, then respect it. All my life, been grinding all my life.
Some losses feel personal even when you never met the person. When Nipsey Hussle was killed on March 31st, 2019, the reaction went far beyond the music industry.
Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well.
This wasn't just fans mourning an artist. This was a city grieving one of its own. Business owners, community leaders, school kids, and people who had never streamed a Nipsey song felt the weight of it.
Double up. Yeah. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up.
Because Nipsey Hussle wasn't just famous. He was invested.
Dedication.
And standing at the center of that loss, quietly holding together a story much larger than tragedy, was Lauren London.
Man, that's easy, me. Of course.
And that's wrong.
I'm supposed to say you?
Yeah.
Nah.
I changed diapers.
I don't think so. But
She didn't give immediate interviews. She didn't turn grief into content. She became something far more powerful, the guardian of a legacy.
Question.
What was Cross's first word?
Baba.
No, Hustle Dada.
Oh.
Nipsey Hussle was born Ermias Joseph Askadum on August 15, 1985, in Los Angeles. Raised in the Crenshaw district of South Central, his environment demanded awareness early. Violence, gang culture, and limited opportunity weren't distant concepts.
I'm a urban legend. South Central in a certain section.
They were daily realities. But Nipsey never spoke about the streets with glamour. He spoke about them with clarity. His Eritrean heritage played a major role in shaping his worldview.
Who was better with Cross?
His dad.
No.
His parents emphasized discipline, identity, and education, grounding him in something bigger than his surroundings. Still, the streets pulled hard, and Nipsey saw firsthand how easily talent could be wasted without structure or ownership.
You know, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. There was gang culture, drug culture. Police brutality was really rampant in the 90s when I grew up.
At 19, a trip to Eritrea changed him permanently. Removed from the pressure of American hustle culture, he experienced a slower, community-centered way of life.
None of my family members was from Roller City. My dad came from Africa, so his whole side of my family's in Africa. And then my mom, she only had one brother, and it was her.
It forced him to question what success really meant. When he returned to Los Angeles, he didn't dream of escape. He planned reinvestment. As Nipsey's influence grew, so did his responsibility, at least in his eyes.
It's called the Crenshaw District. The gang that's prominent over there is Roller City. It's like, you know, like the west side of South Central, Crenshaw District, Hyde Park area.
Instead of moving away, he bought property in his own neighborhood. He purchased the strip mall where he had once hung out as a kid. The Marathon clothing store wasn't just retail, it was proof. Proof that ownership could live where poverty had been normalized. Proof that success didn't require abandonment. Proof that money could circulate locally instead of disappearing.
Somebody went to trial and proved in court that they cured HIV. That's a great story. You know what I mean? From that point of view, that story should be told, you know?
He invested in STEM education programs. He partnered with community leaders. He sat in meetings most artists never bothered to attend. This wasn't branding. This was infrastructure.
Nipsey, I love the two of you together. You guys do look like you're on top of a wedding cake today, if I might say.
Okay, we take that.
Lauren London wasn't introduced as a celebrity girlfriend. She was a partner. Their relationship wasn't built for public consumption. They rarely overshared. They didn't sell intimacy. They didn't perform perfection. Instead, they built a family.
Together. And I have to say, she was on Instagram going, "I'm back," and I'm like, where'd you just come back from?
I had a baby.
Lauren often spoke about how Nipsey challenged her mentally and spiritually. He encouraged growth, accountability, and purpose. She, in turn, grounded him, reminding him of softness in a life that demanded armor.
I know some girls snap back like that. That wasn't my journey.
I didn't get that gift either, but she looked good, huh?
Man, tell her again. Tell her again.
Right?
Their bond was rooted in respect, not fantasy. Together, they weren't chasing fairy tales. They were building foundations.
When I found out about Sebi, and it's about his case. You know, tweet me, Hustle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, you better rock.
In 2018, Nipsey released Victory Lap, his first official studio album after years of independent grinding. It was critically acclaimed and earned Grammy nominations, finally giving him mainstream validation on his own terms.
Never was I prepared for anything like this, so bear with me, y'all.
But success didn't change his focus. If anything, it sharpened it. Behind the scenes, Nipsey was working on a documentary on Dr. Sebi, community-focused business expansions, conversations with city leaders and law enforcement.
Ermias was asleep one morning, and I was watching him because I used to love to just watch him sleep.
He spoke openly about mental health, discipline, and accountability. He wasn't trying to be inspirational. He was being honest. Victory Lap wasn't about arrival. It was about alignment.
Now to that breaking news overnight. Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle shot and killed outside his own clothing store in Los Angeles.
On March 31st, 2019, Nipsey Hussle was shot outside the Marathon clothing store, the very place that symbolized everything he stood for.
Los Angeles. Tributes from NBA stars and political leaders are coming in overnight, praising the performer for his focus on stopping gang violence.
The shock was immediate and devastating. Vigils filled the streets. Gang truces were formed. Los Angeles mourned collectively. Lauren London asked for privacy.
I want you to know that I feel real joy in my heart when I'm around you. I feel safe around you, protected, like a shield over me when you're around.
And then she asked for strength. There were no explosive interviews, no public blame, no spectacle, just dignity.
You've been my turn-up and my church. I wouldn't want to go through this journey with anyone but you.
As time passed, headlines moved on. The trial concluded. The world shifted focus.
I look up to you in a lot of ways, and I strive to educate myself more like you have.
But Nipsey's work didn't disappear. His business strategies became case studies. His quotes entered classrooms and boardrooms. His independence model became a blueprint for artists tired of exploitation.
He was a businessman. He was a leader, a teacher, a father, an entrepreneur.
And Lauren London remained steady.
He's a South Central legend.
She protected his name. She raised their children. She refused to let his story be reduced to tragedy or conspiracy. She understood something important.
My friend, my brother, a great man, a great leader, a great father, a great teacher, and a great friend, Nipsey Hussle.
Legacy doesn't need constant explanation. It needs protection. Legacy isn't a chart. It isn't a viral clip. It isn't posthumous praise. Legacy is whether the work survives without you.
He was a young man that just really had vision out of this world, so his legacy definitely will live on.
Nipsey left behind. Ownership models still referenced today. Community investment strategies still studied. A philosophy that prioritized usefulness over applause. He wasn't perfect. He was intentional. And intention lasts. Lauren didn't step into the spotlight to speak for Nipsey. She stepped back to preserve him. She focused on healing, on motherhood, on honoring what mattered. When she did speak, it was with purpose, emphasizing growth, forgiveness, and spiritual grounding. She never framed herself as a victim. She framed herself as a steward. That choice may be the most powerful part of the story. The Marathon Continues was never marketing. It was instruction. Build slow. Build honest. Build something that doesn't require applause to survive. Nipsey Hussle didn't chase immortality. He built usefulness. And through Lauren London's quiet strength, that usefulness still moves forward. Not in headlines, not in hype, but in foundations. The Marathon Continues.